5 perfumes to smell effortless and elegant on a budget. All of these are super elegant, they're poised, they're very well put together. And the good news is that you don't have to spend an arm and a leg. I know what it's like, especially with regard to a lot of the really pricey niche brands on the market. Take this one, for example, Valaya by Parfum de Marly. This perfume is gorgeous, the sparkling orange blossom, the citrusy facets in the opening, that clean, musky dry down. While this one is easily a few $100s, I have an incredible fragrance on this list that blows this out of the water. Now, this is a beautiful fragrance, and credit is always due to the original, and I will always have a bottle of this in my collection. However, especially in today's economy, if you're looking for something that is quite affordable, something that is not going to break the bank, I'm talking about like you have like 30, 40 bucks to spare. All of these are going to serve you incredibly well. So here's the thing. Before I start this video, I do want to mention that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, of course, if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. And of course, I put out these videos on a daily basis, so I do want to ensure that whenever I do publish a list or a review of a brand new designer or niche perfume, I want you to be among the first to discover it. So the first one that I want to talk about actually came out towards the tail end of last year, or it might have been the very beginning of this year. I know this one has a rose milk accord. There's almond, there's musk, there's vanilla, and this one is Bade Al Oud Noble Blush. And this is a beautiful fragrance. I think it gets compared to Prodigy by Mind Games. I get it, but not entirely. It does its own thing. It's creamy, it's milky, it's velvety, and I personally love that lactonic component that is in here. Of course, there are other Latafa fragrances that do the milky thing very well. Her Confession is an incredible perfume, especially if you don't mind it being on the floral side of things, but not rose, right? Floral, but in a very different floral way. That perfume is so well done. This one is incredible. It is elegant, it's poised, it's very well put together, but it also gives off modernity. So if you're looking for something that is quite contemporary, something that can be worn very comfortably and very confidently in today's climate, this is perfect for that. So I was talking about Valaya before, right? And Valaya is such an incredible fragrance, one of Marly's best. I have the original, I have Valaya Exclusive. Of course, with regard to the numbers and the statistics, their bestseller on the women's side of things is the original Delina. Nothing is going to top that. However, from Maison Alhambra, you can also pick up Delilah Blanc. Now, I think this is modeled after the original Valaya rather than Valaya Exclusive. And when I tell you this comes so darn close, the bottle is not as elegant. I'm going to be honest about that. Yeah, they tried to get it close with the silver cap and the frosted white glass bottle. But at the end of the day, the original Valaya is just so sexy, right? You look at the silhouette, it's a gorgeous bottle. I would rather have a bottle of Valaya on my desk than a bottle of this. I think a lady would probably agree with me there. However, if it means saving $200, I think it's a no-brainer to go with Delilah Blanc. It's a beautiful, beautiful perfume. If you haven't tried Delilah Blanc, and if you know what Valaya smells like, and you're a fan of Valaya, you're gonna fall in love with this one. You're gonna be smitten by it. It is a no-brainer. It is a very elegant perfume that can be worn in the daytime. So if you're running errands, if you're, having brunch with the girls, if you're maybe just, doing a little bit of day shopping around town, maybe you're going into the city, maybe you're meeting up with some friends that you haven't seen in a while, and you just want to convey this effortless elegance, Delilah Blanc is the perfect fragrance for that. Now, there is another one by Maison Alhambra in this list, and this perfume is called Floral Profumo. So this one is very interesting in the sense that this one has a lot of jasmine. So there's sambac jasmine. There's also benzoin in the dry down. So this is kind of an incensey take or an ambery take, if you will, on jasmine. Jasmine in and of itself is very elegant, very professional, very clean. Now, this one is inspired by Gucci Profumo di Fiori. And if you look at the bottle and the box, it is a dead giveaway. I mean, it looks exactly like it, like the coloration, and then it also has like this floral print with black and yellow on the box. I think I might have thrown the box away just because, I started throwing boxes away as of late. But this is a very elegant smelling perfume, not as bright and sparkling as the Lila Blanc, not as creamy as sensual as Noble Blush. Yeah, because there's another one on this list called Pink Blush. But this is beautiful, elegant, poised, very well put together, but a very, could also be a very serious composition. And so it's not very playful. If you're looking for something elegant but also serious, this one, Floral Profumo, and by the way, I also purchased the original from Macy's when it first came out. I have the original Gucci Bloom, and then I have the yellow counterpart. This one is stronger. So not only are you saving a lot of money, the bottle is almost identical, but it's also stronger. Okay, so that was Noble Blush. This one is Pink Blush. The whole name for it is Shams Al Emarat Kususi Pink Blush. And I believe this is from Ard Al Zafaran. Wow. This stuff is sweet, it's creamy, it's sugary, and this is a little annoying, I suppose, the squeaking of the cap. This perfume, well, now it's been lubricated a bit, I bet. So this perfume is the brand's take on Yum Bougie Marshmallow by Kayali. So I think it goes without saying that this is more of a youthful type of elegance, right? It's not a vanilla rock sugar. That one is a bit more juvenile, I suppose. This one is a bit more poised, a bit more put together. And there's just so many on the market. There's Cloud Candy by Kadlaj. There's Cotton Clouds by Okja. There's also Marshmallow Blush by Paris Corner. Like, it's getting out of hand. There's a lot of these, Kayali dupes, because that's pretty much what they are. This one is just very pretty, very elegant. And I like how it's not like a punch in the face, right? If you're looking for the strongest one, you're probably going to have to go with the Kadlaj counterpart. But this one is very elegant, very poised, but it still has a lot of that sweetness. So again, you have to be a fan of sweet perfumes to really appreciate this one. And I certainly appreciate this one. I love it. It is beautiful and it's so cheap. I think I purchased this one. It was either from Secret Oud. I hate the fact that the cap doesn't click into place. Look at this. I feel like it did before and I don't know what happened. So frustrating. But it smells gorgeous. I think I purchased this from Oudwear or Secret Oud on the TikTok shop. So I love, first of all, the name is way too complicated. And, I think, I don't know. I like the balance of Arabic and English, but I think just Pink Blush would have conveyed it in a very, very easy to understand, easy to digest way. But anyway, especially when you're pairing up the name of the fragrance with the name of the company, I think it's a mouthful, especially for the Westerners out there. It smells gorgeous. In the number one spot, so elegant, very well put together. It has this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous rose, peony, lychee thing happening in here. There's vanilla in the dry down. And I think this one, I'm going to be honest with you, this one is a Delina dupe. It's Delina. I get more of an emphasis on the rose, but not in a very thick, jammy way, in a very elegant way. And again, it just goes to show you that these Middle Eastern brands are doing such a phenomenal job recreating these fragrances, giving them to you at an affordable price tag. I am such a lover of these brands, and I have given so much money to Ard Al Zafaran and Astaf and Maison Alhambra and Latafa and Kadlaj and Paris Corner, and they're all so wonderful. And I think there's a burgeoning market for these brands because, well, a lot of people are in the business of saving money. So it just makes sense. This is Astaf, and it's the brand's take on Delina by Parfum de Marly. And this one is called Amirat Al Arab Privé Rose, another long and complicated name. Just simplify it. Just have like one or two words. Privé Rose or Rose Privé. Like that makes it easier for the consumer, especially when you're typing it in, because I've done this with a few fragrances and I'm plugging it in and I'm trying to find like what the note breakdown is. And I'm like, how do you spell Amirat again? How do you spell the Privé? Is it with one E? Is it with two E's? And, anyway, that's a different topic of conversation. But again, the cap is plastic, but I love the rose gold hardware on it. Distribution on the atomizer is nice and wide. Delina. It's beautiful. Once again, this is Amirat Al Arab Privé Rose by Astaf. Gorgeous fragrance. Another one that I bought either from Secret Oud or was it Secret Oud? It might have been Oud Wear. It wasn't Oud Lash. Might have been Oud Wear. Anyway, but I know you can probably find a lot of these at Gift Express. It's not a sponsored video. I'm not making any money from this video. I'm not making any commissions if you use the code RED10. Making 0 commissions. And if I do drop a link to Gift Express down below, it's not even an affiliate link. It's just me trying to help you by getting you discounts and letting you know what the best places to find these perfumes at are. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me. Top 5 elegant perfumes. You can wear these so comfortably in the summertime, and these are all on a budget. I hope you took something of value from this video, and if you did, please do consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe, hitting the bell, giving this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. Thanks again for watching. I love you all. We'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.